Boys, welcome back to another video today. We're going to show you pretty much the gun doubles, just anywhere on the field type of offense. Pretty much just how I get up and down the field in gun doubles. If you watched the last video, was our red zone offense and gun doubles. Now this is how we get up the field leading to that situation in gun doubles. That's pretty much what today's video is going to be about. Obviously, if you haven't already, you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Really help, appreciate that. Like and comment as always. Comments for sure mostly helps push out these videos for new viewers to see and other people to see this content. Even if you don't have anything to say or anything to comment on, just emoji, something to help support. But let's get into it. As you can see, we're gonna be. This is a really good play, and this is a really dominant offense, especially in man-to-man. And we're in a man meta this year. Obviously, Madden's not too far off the grid this year. We're almost in March now, so this game doesn't have too much of a life left. So I don't really care about putting this play out. So let's get into it. Pretty much in gun doubles, what I like to do is I like RPO zone peak and fade halfback wheel, 4 verts and PA shot as my audibles here. Basically, what we're going to be looking into is my main primarily play is fade halfback wheel. So today we're going to look at halfback wheel. We're going to look at different defenses. Right now, this is going to be cover 2. So this is 2-man under, cover 2-man. Really, when you see this type of look and this type of defense, the only thing I like to do is it doesn't really matter. I always post X out here and motion them inside. You can leave them on the post or streak. I recommend in man press. When you see man press, I recommend streaking them right here. And just watch how open this Y route gets, right? Like this Y route just gets so open right here. Obviously, we're about to show you the replay. Here's the replay. And obviously, things to help this play as well to keep in mind is if you have a receiver with short in, short out elite abilities, put them out here and just put them on a streak. That's the only other adjustment I would do. If you don't have that, what I like to do is just put them on an in route. But it doesn't really matter because most of the time, this is just wide open. So this is man press, right? So this is what's going on here. What ends up happening before you motion him over is his corner is over there at the 40-yard line. That's who's supposed to be originally guarding Mike Evans. On the outside is this guy right here, right? Number 3. He's supposed to be guarding Mike Evans, and he backs off his coverage. The corner that's guarding Russell Gage here is still press, and he actually gets a press animation on Mike Evans, and that's not even his man. So it leaves Russell Gage just wide open. And you can literally throw this all day. So, again, I like to put Evans on a post. It doesn't really matter. I just get in the habit of putting him on a post because you can't put them on this deep post right here. Once you get in here, you see how it's a shorter post. So that's why I always get into that habit of doing it out there. But like when 2-man under press, I do like to streak them just because it helps push that safety away as opposed to the post. It's a little bit tighter of a throw. But again, it's, throw a little lead pass to the outside, freeform, whatever. And it's open. Obviously the safety's going to get you if they're in 2-man under press. But I'm going to show you, like, when you put them in a post is still going to do the same thing. Don't get me wrong. Post is still going to do the same thing. It's just a little bit of a tighter throw. See, the receiver doesn't pull the safety back as much, so it's a little bit of a tighter throw. Obviously, like I said, the B route, I would put him on a streak if you have short in and short out elite on that receiver because obviously that beats man press. And if not, what I normally do is just one of these, just an in route with a smart route on it. Obviously, I hit the running back. If they're in zones, you can hit that running back. I always leave A on that route because as you could tell, I'll show you in the replay if y'all didn't see it. I might have been too quick. I normally leave A on this route because most of the time A kind of just routes, and that's a corner, right? That's bland. That A route sometimes just routes that dude just mad like that. Obviously, you got to keep in mind users are going to be lurking in the middle of the field, but that's why I like this A route because he just kind of routes this dude most of the time. And then obviously the in route with abilities, he's getting bagged, but I mean that's not our read, right? So that's 2-man under press. Let's look at this is what we're gonna look at now. So now when people come out, let's just say like a cover 1 press, right? Let's say, all right, shoot, my fault, not cover 1 press. Just like a regular basic cover 1 or whatever where they're not pressing, right? My fault. Thought they had one. I guess we gotta go. We'll just go to nickel and just do like cover 1 hold to kind of demonstrate this. So when they're in back off coverage, kind of like this, you know, most of the time they're obviously not 2-man under because 2-man under automatically presses or they're already at the line of scrimmage. So if they're just in basic man or whatever, backed off, most of the time, again, I do like to put this dude on a post, mushing him inside. But the one glitchy part is once he kind of gets set in here, just kind of put him on a flat route, right? Just kind of put him on a flat route right here. And watch this. He's just mad open. Mad open. So, I don't know what it is. We'll go to the replay. What it is. When you put him on this flat route, something to do, I don't know what it is, but something to do with when they're bumping right here, the corner that's supposed to be guarding Mike Evans and Russell, or the corner that's guarding Mike Evans kind of just keeps doing the side shuffle. So, I mean, if you really wanted to throw a quick throw, he's wide open. But the dude that's supposed to be guarding Russell Gage here kind of gets mixed up and thinks he's also supposed to guard Mike Evans initially because of where his placement is, I believe. And just like, you see how he's kind of looking at Mike Evans and he's kind of side shuffling like he's supposed to guard Mike Evans. And then he doesn't realize he's supposed to guard Russell Gage until mad late. Now, I will say this. This is not always consistent. And also, everything I'm showing you guys, also, I forgot to add, is a left hash mark play. This is something that everything I'm showing you only works on the left hash mark for the most part. It's still going to work middle to right hash mark, just the dude being wide open and glitching the corner out is not going to be open like that. It's still going to be a good play and open, but I'll show you here in a second. So just to kind of demonstrate this again, doesn't always happen, but obviously this Y route, you know, faster receiver. I'm using Russell Gage. He's only 90 speed. Obviously, if you have, like, if I put Scotty Miller in right there, it's wide open. This is what I like to do. And then obviously to mix it in, like I said, I always put this dude on a post route here. Because what you could really do is you can mostly, well, it didn't light up there. That's kind of weird. You know how I guess he doesn't have short end. Normally short end elite actually lights up and routes this guy. I forgot. He's got mid end elite, so it doesn't, I guess, light up. I guess you might have to smart route it to get it lit up. No, I guess not. I don't know. Mid end elite's weird, but normally short end elite lights up and he routes the corner right there. Mike Evans doesn't have that. He's got mid end elite, so it is what it is. But obviously, the moral of the story is if you don't do that, I mean, you're still gonna have this Y route. Obviously, I don't have like a fast receiver doing this. This is just Russell Gage. Scotty Miller would definitely torch him, or whoever. You always want to have your fastest receiver in that spot. I just didn't put him in. I mean, so there's that. Let's look at cover 3. Cover 3 with this play works. It's really crazy, right? So cover 3 is one where, like, when they're in zone, I always just keep this post route, and I'm going to show you both ways, right? This post route is really money because it just gets right behind all the zones and you can just throw it quickly right there. You just throw it quickly right there behind the spot. Show you the replay. So obviously people are going to be using the middle of the field, so always keep that in mind. But that's why you have this A route underneath. You know, someone's going to be using these two dudes as safeties. So this dude, either whoever they're using at safety, you can attack that quick as well. So like, let's say that this guy's being the user guy. You know, he's guarding this. Boom, you hit him right here in this open pocket. Now, obviously, Russell Gage, he looks slightly open. You could probably freeform this here. It's going to be a tight throw, especially with knockout abilities, right? So then that's why when things are going like that and people catch on to things in cover 3, you know, I just streak Mike Evans here. So when people start doing that, oh my gosh, if I can get the freaking throw off. Just run it again. So whenever you streak Mike Evans here and you got Russell Gage, I mean, you're going to see the corner just keeps side shuffling over to Mike Evans, right? Because he's in that deep blue. That's who Mike Evans is supposed to be at. He's supposed to be on that outside for that zone, and he's still technically in the inside running this route. And, I mean, you can hit X or you can just hit this guy, right? Like, these are just wide open plays. This play is literally just money. It's literally money. It don't matter what you do. Obviously, if people start catching on and trying to use it, do zone drops, you can do whatever you want to that right side. I mean, you know, you got this running back on a quick wheel route and zone. This play thrashes zone. You know, you got the running back on a quick wheel route and zone. Obviously, like I said, these dudes are going to be using their linebackers. But, you know, that's why I keep A and B on their original in routes, because the way they run it, depending on who these users are, I mean, B's wide open right in this pocket. If the dude's using that linebacker where A is, you know, you couldn't just pop A right as soon as the ball is hiked. But, I mean, that's cover 3. Cover 2, let's look at cover 2. Cover 2 is going to be kind of the same mostly. So there's going to be a cover 2 look. What I like to do in cover 2 is, and honestly you can kind of bomb it either way for real, is if you just streak X, you know, why he's just going to pull that safety the whole time. And it's just going to get, you just wait for your dude as long as you have time. And if you got to max protect, you max protect, right? But the whole object of this and cover 2 is just to pull that safety away, because that zone drop's only going to go so far, right? So you just wait for him to get behind that zone drop and just freeform throw it, whatever. I mean, he's gone. Obviously, if they start doing drops, like zone drops, whatever, you know, that's when you can kind of get a little adjusty, you know, motion this dude over. Because, I mean, let's say he puts that cloud on like a 30-yard zone drop to try to stop that, or 20, 15, whatever. I mean, that wheel route's just going to be open, right? You know, that zone drop's just is going to keep backing up and nothing's going to cover the flat. So you could do stuff like that. But the other thing I like to do as well is, you know, like I said, you post them on the outside first and then bring them to the inside. What I normally do on the outside to kind of open this up a little bit more is kind of just throw my B route on that streak there. But you're going to see, like, X just gets wide open in between the safeties here, right? When you put them on that post route. That's why I'm saying this combination is just money. This play is just so money. No matter what people run. Like, I didn't even put them on a streak, but, you know, you could just throw this right in between these safeties. You can wait longer and bomb it as well. I mean, I guess I could demonstrate that a little bit too. You could wait longer and bomb this as well. Like, it's really just about the freaking having the time. I had to step up there. But it's just going to get right behind these safeties in the cover 2 look. See if I can get it off. I'll probably have to block. Micah Parsons is pretty annoying. Yeah, all right. That's the only thing. But you know what I mean. Like, if you get time, you block. I understand this game's all about not having time as well. That's why these quick wheel routes and in routes are just so good to kind of throw to. But to show bomb demonstrations, just wait for it just to hit a little bit deeper on those safeties, obviously. So this play is just so good in so many different ways. And cover 4 is just as easy to thrash with this play. Cover 4, show you guys cover 4. Cover 4 is the same way. Like, so when I do with this post route here is, obviously we post. You can just kind of throw one of those like that and just throw a little quick post and just come back, mainly catch it like that. Obviously, there's the streak formation way where you just streak Mike Evans and boom, you can... I should have hit him as soon as I did it, but I kind of hesitated, kind of trying to demonstrate something as well. Cover 4 is not too bad. It still thrashes it because you can literally just hit Mike Evans like right here. Again, I know users are going to be lurking in the middle of the field. So if you notice when people were starting to lurk in the, game decision, whatever, you can still do whatever you want. I mean, this post route works just as well. It gets a little deeper, but it just undercuts a little bit under these safeties. But obviously, cover 4, a lot of people run what? Cover 4 match. So, just throwing people on streaks, this wheel route, like this wheel route's going to get mad yards. This is literally how I just move the ball up and down the field in every single coverage I read. It's just initially just streak or post route, and it's just reading, like I said, this streak and post route. And again, that B route, you just time it, wait for it. It's wide open. Everything in this play is just so open. And then, of course, as you mix it in with, if you've seen my other video with this RPO zone peak, obviously not the greatest, like, zone play, but, you mix it in with the other plays like RPO zone peak. What else we got? The PA shot. If you've watched the video on my PA shot, the beat covered 3. 4 verts is pretty self-explanatory. It's 4 verts. This is how I move the ball up and down the field with this offense, right? Like, this offense is just so money and it's so good, and it's really off meta because no one uses it. So if you like what you see here, hit me with the subscribe, like, comment on the video, and then until next time, peace.